which way do we go from here, since it's clear that trekking through all that forestry is going to get us nothing but killed by snakes and poisonous frogs? Well, we did come through this way, and we're currently heading northwest from Rio, so we should head that way. I remember Godzilla saying that there was Hollow Earth portal that leads to Rio just in case he ever wanted to go to Carnival, but that's not happening until February. You know, I don't mean to be a damper on this whole thing, but what's the hype around Carnival? I keep hearing everyone talk about how good it is, and how it's the best thing since sliced bread. And I don't even like bread. Well, mate, for one, only ducks like bread, and two, the annual Carnival Festival is one of the most eye-candy things you'll ever see. The floats, the parades, the drinks, the dances, the singers, the lights. It's the most fun you'll have in your entire life. Would you say it's more fun than Speedy's? In terms of personal bias? No, that place is literally named after me. But in terms of overall objective personal experience, yes, by miles. Well, to be fair, Speedy's is just a restaurant, while Carnival is a celebration that brings the whole country of Brazil and beyond to celebrate their culture. That part's true. That said though, we should try and go again this year. Really show Little Red what Carnival is really all about. What do you think about that, Blue? Blue? You good, mate? Blue! Holy crap, are you okay, man? Speak to us, man. We're right here. Where am I? Hello? Is anyone there? Red? Bomb? Chuck? The other Blue? Matilda? Anyone? Who is that? Please show yourself. I'm very bad in the dark. Got nothing to defend myself, and I'm really freaked out right now.
Hello, Blue.
Godzilla? Oh, thank goodness. It's actually an honor to meet you. Red's told me so much about you and your guys' adventures over the years. Oh, thank goodness. At least it's someone that I know of.
I am not Godzilla, though I look like him, or the other way around. This is merely a physical manifestation of my true form, an avatar, if you will, as I believe my true form cannot fully be comprehended by your limited mind.
Limited mind? Are you calling me dumb or something?
No. I am simply saying that my true form exists on a higher level of existence that your world has yet to properly seek and aren't designed to see.
Well, if you're not Godzilla, do you at least have a name so I can call you something?
I do not have a name, nor will I be given one, as I do not want to be bound to those limiting titles of lower dimensional beings.
Well, where I'm from, we have labels for each other, so in that case, can I at least call you Entity? Because I really don't want to be calling you It, or something like that. That seems like I'm objectifying you.
I still won't be tied down to your measly labels, but that name will suffice.
Great, now that we've gotten that out of the way, can you tell me who you are, where we are, and why you just suddenly brought me here, if it was even you?
Who I am is not important. Where we are and why you're here is. We are in the hyperspace, the highest layer within the infinite multiverse.
Wait, I thought that was Limbo. That was the highest plane of existence within the multiverse. Or at least the way Red wrote it in his letter. I'm sorry, I've never been there before, or any sort of supernatural place like this before.
In the grand scheme of things, The hyperspace and limbo are polar opposites from each other. Limbo is a place in existence when it has no place to go. If a being dies and it doesn't go to heaven or hell, they go to limbo. But hyperspace is the place that wraps the infinite multiverse together, and it's also the birthplace of creation. Each and every idea that comes from here gets transformed into a universe. Infinite multiverses are created every second, at least in your time perspective, yet all contained right below our very feet.
I really hit my head that hard on the ground, didn't I? Or this is just the radiation from the Hollow Earth getting to me. What the hell, man?
All of this is happening right now. Your soul exists before me.
Wait, so if this is an infinite multiverse with infinite layers into it, how are we at the top of it all, let alone always?
The infinite multiverse layers are all layered below us. No matter how many of them are created, this place always exists at the top. Think of a book with infinite pages. No matter how many pages are into that book, the cover will always be the one holding it together. And we are the front cover, the back cover, and the spine.
Wow. That is a lot to take in, though. To think that right now, I'm above everyone. I thought my home was large. A population of several million, one of the busiest cities in the world. But this puts it all to shame, and yet there's only 2 of us here.
Every universe is anything but shameful.
Wait, if you're here above everything, can you help me find my wife, Jewel? She was
kidnapped in your guys' sleep. I know the situation already, and I can already let you know that she's okay. Keep following Rodan and Red Jr.'s directions.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much for telling me that Jewel's safe. Can you send me back now?
Yes, but before you go, there is something I should let you know of first. The whole reason why I brought you here to begin with. Not just to blow your little mind, but because there's something coming.
And what is that?
A great danger is coming. One that I can't stop on my own.
A danger? What danger?
Yes, a danger. But unfortunately, this is all the time I have with you. As not only do I have to get back to my duties, but the longer I keep your soul here, the more of a chance your body will start decomposing.
But I have so many questions still. You can't just expect to bring me here and not have to ask that much questions.
Farewell, Blue, and good luck on your mission with your friends.
Wait, no, this isn't how it ends. Oh gosh, I'm back. Oh my goodness, Blue, thank goodness you're alive. Why does my chest hurt so much? Sorry, I may have done CPR on your chest by bouncing on it. It would have given you a good amount of chest compressions. Oh boy. Well, that's gonna leave a bit of a mark, or several on my ribs. What even happened? Well, the thing is, I was dead. Or at least, I think I was. Wait a sec, you died? Oh, yes, it's a long story, but I was in a higher plane of existence. Wait, a higher plane of existence? You mean like when I and a few others were in limbo? Yes, but this place was beyond limbo. It was something else, something beyond us that not even I can explain. Wow, mate, you must have hit yourself that hard on the ground. but it's good to know you're at least okay. Let's get back to work now, Blue. Say, where did you say it was, Rodan? This way. Follow me. They don't even believe me. I do. Wait. Really? Yes, of course I do, Blue. I deal with universal stuff like that all the time, from energy-infused apes to demonic crabs. I had to revive the dead to stop the ape and travel into the dream dimension just to stop the crap. Hell, even one time Godzilla, Kong, and I were face to face with the Time God himself, the literal one who manages time and space, and Reactor Glow Godzilla, who became one with him. So, as much as I hate to say this, I can relate to that sort of thing. For me, this is just another Tuesday. Well, it's actually reassuring. I genuinely thought no one would be able to believe or even relate to my experience for that matter. You're welcome. Now, tell me, what happened while you were there? Well, after I collapsed, my soul was transported to this dark place. I heard footsteps, and out came a figure I thought was Godzilla. But it wasn't. It was a being that was beyond our comprehension, and it explained to me that it was a place called the hyperspace, and it was a place beyond the entire multiverse, the birthplace of creation. I thought that was what Limbo was for, wasn't it? I did too after you told me about it via the letters, but it turns out that Limbo was for those souls who are trapped in between heaven and hell. Hyperspace is where everything we've ever seen or beyond is created. Every thought gets translated into a multiverse at an infinite rate. It grows endless layers within the multiverse itself. Wow. That's somehow even greater than even I've ever thought was possible. What about the person who brought you there? What was their name? If they looked like Godzilla, surely they had a name. It didn't have a name. Well, we agreed to call it the Entity. The Entity said there was a great danger coming for us all and we should brace for it. A great danger? What are you talking about? Yes, a great danger. The Entity never specified what it was, but had they kept me up there for longer, my body down here would have started decomposing. Okay, that sounds new. Like, really, really new. And that's coming from me. Well, that sounds a little less reassuring. Alrighty then, let's figure this out. We'll focus on saving Jewel, and then afterwards we'll figure out what this Entity is talking about, because that sounds really serious, especially coming from something that's beyond us. Of course. Don't worry, sweetheart. We're on our way.
Andorinha, araponga, albatroz, arara, azulão. Bigodinho, cacatua, curial, fragata, paisão. Gaivota, bico de vaca, escaminho, gavião. Gramatina, caro da serra, curiti, betilhão.
So, what's the plan for starters?
I've been secretly planning a way to kill Kong once and for all, but seeing as my stupid brother won't see the seriousness of the situation between Kong and I, we'll have to add a way to kill Godzilla into it. Hurts me to say that in all sincerity, but he put this upon himself.
So, what was your plan to kill Kong originally then?
Well, you see, he's nothing without his axe, right? The problem is that he keeps it on his person every day, all the time, and that axe can do some crazy stuff. Not only can it absorb any sort of energy-based attacks from our species, like the atomic breath, nuclear pulse, and even negate the effects of radiation poisoning, it can also cut through a Gojira's hide with a hot knife through butter. And this is some pretty thick, dense butter you have to cut through.
To be fair, it is made from one of my grandfather's own dorsals.
Exactly, that's just it. Once cut into our bodies, it also prevents us from healing our wound. So as long as the axe blade is still lodged into our body. So, my goal is to try and separate Kong's axe and Kong himself permanently, either by breaking it or hiding it in a place that's impossible for him to reach.
You mean like a mountain?
No, Kong can climb mountains. We need to blindside Kong and get him away from that axe. Otherwise, he can really do some damage to the both of us.
Well, you do realize that I have an impermeable shield that not even Ghidorah can break through, right?
Wait, really? I didn't know that. Tell me more.
Yeah, it turns out that after my fight against Gigantus, I gained some of his powers by pure accident. And now, I can summon a whole shield with no physical being that can bypass it. What the hell? I don't even understand. How is that even possible?
It seems like it only works on anything that's not a Gojira.
You came to that conclusion with just your vine and a rock. Wow, you're smart.
Yes, precisely. Though this is just a theory, I believe that anyone who's related to our kind can bypass that shield of yours. I mean, if Kong ever finds out about that, he can easily use that axe blade to cut right in your skin, regardless if you have that shield being there or not.
But it can't do anything on its own.
Exactly. Kong can't do anything without that axe. Bottom line, if he sees that we're both teaming up, he has a way of at least hurting us or stopping us dead in our tracks. But once again, if we separate Kong from his axe, boom, Kong isn't a problem anymore.
But what about Godzilla? He's literally related to the both of us.
That's where Godzilla comes in. See, much like Kong's axe, Godzilla's dorsal blades can absorb, negate, and harness any sort of power that we can do too. The thing here is that Godzilla hasn't actually figured that out yet.
Wait, seriously? How? How hasn't he figured that out yet? He's been around for millions of years. You'd think he'd figure that out by now.
I know, I'm shocked too. But the reason why I think he hasn't figured that out by now is that he hasn't had a purpose to use his spines like that. Remember, I've been watching him for years, always studying Godzilla and his friends, including that little angry bird. But still, I've seen him use just about every ability in the book of his, except energy absorption from his spines.
So, the idea is that we give Godzilla a reason to use his back spines for energy absorption? He could easily use that just to his own advantage and blast it right back at us.
That's the thing. My idea is to send enough energy his way that would cause him to go in a total meltdown and blow himself up. It would send nuclear energy all over the world's surface, enough to energize us and give us a large majority of it, powering it up and becoming the new rulers of Earth, as well as fueling our plant life around the world, allowing it to become a plant utopia just as we planned. So fast, so sudden, and we barely have to do anything aside from killing our biggest rivals.
Well, you know, I do like the sound of that, actually. What I could do is hit Godzilla's back with an atomic beam so strong, it sends that much energy his way. The only issue I take with it is, what about the other monsters? They might absorb some of the nuclear energy and become superpowered because of it too.
Remember, we would be smack dab right in the middle, or close to the middle at the very least, of said blast. We would basically get first dibs on all of the energy being released. The rest of the energy would be sporadic, but enough to cover the world's plant life. Not nearly enough for a kaiju to absorb, let alone turn into a super form.
Alright, well, What do we need to do exactly first in order to get this started smoothly?
First, we go after that wretched monkey. This is personal to me, so he's mine.
Let me help you with Kong. His kind doesn't deserve to live after what he did to mine. I don't care if Godzilla says himself that the war's over. The war's over until all members of Kong's kind are dead, including Kong himself.
Alright, fine. But I get the killing blow. Now, let's locate Kong and move in from there.
And there we were, stranded on Mars for literally weeks. I was nearly starved to death, and even Anguirus bit me on the tail thinking it was spaghetti.
My, how did you guys even come back alive?
Little Red built us a spaceship, a few of them actually, and we got home and saved the day.
Damn, I wish I could have been around to see that.
Kong, with all due respect, at least what little is overdue left, you would not have lasted a day out in space.
Godzilla, please. We faced intergalactic gods, went toe-to-toe Gigantus, fought Scar King across the world, and went to the Hollow Earth several times. I think I could handle myself in space.
Alright then, let me ask you this one simple question. How do you breathe in space?
Well, either way, it's nice to know that you guys are back here safe and sound, even if it was like 14 or something years ago. Speaking of which, I only caught a brief glimpse of it, but I saw a huge meteor come a few days ago. Did you guys see what it was?
Oh, that meteor. That was Gamera.
Gamera? Wow, I haven't thought of him for a hot minute. And what was with the way you said it? Sound like you were disappointed.
Well, we had an encounter with Gamera earlier, and he tried to kill me, thinking that I was a threat. Godzilla stopped him, and now neither of us want to see him again. The last time we did see him was when he flew away. We don't know where to, and I doubt that you saw where he flew if you didn't even know he was here.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Seems like every person these days who meets you just wants to kill you right off the hop.
This monkey's been through it all. Giant mechs, time travel, space and time gods, another version of himself, and me. Especially me.
And I single-handedly survived each and every last one of them.
Kong, every time you and I fought, I either killed you or got close to killing you. I just revived you earlier today, after you just snapped your own neck.
Hush, we do not mention that. But that aside, I'm honestly kind of surprised you didn't just come down and try to kill me on your own accords, Mothra.
You better not cross my bad side, Kong, or otherwise you'll be the next nest for my set of babies.
Wait, next? I know that last part was a joke, but did you ever lay more than one egg in the past?
Why yes, actually. I've laid more than 3 eggs in the past few years alone. I'm really not sure if any of them hatched yet, so maybe I'll check upon them once all this is all over.
Wow, would you look at that? I guess I'm an uncle to even more nephews and or nieces out there.
An uncle to even more? Who do you already have?
Well, there's my nephews Godzuki, Shin Jr., who grew out of Shin Godzilla but later merged back with him. I don't know, it's complicated. And of course, Phileas. Phileas Jr., more precisely.
Wow, Godzuki, Shin Jr., and Phileas Jr. You Gojires were never the most creative when it came to naming your kids, were you?
Still beats having every member of a certain gender within your own species all sharing the same name as each other, doesn't it, Mothra?
Are you asking me to impregnate you?
Oh, no, not at all. That smell. You guys smell it too, right?
Smell? What are you talking about?
That smell. It smells like bananas.
Kong, don't be ridiculous. I don't even smell any bananas, and you know my senses are more powerful than yours. Well, great. There goes Kong.
Should we follow him? I'm not sure if that's normal for him.
No, let him be. It's not like we even needed him for this plan for Biollante anyways. He was out to kill my sister, not stop her, so I don't see how he would have been any use to us anyhow. Besides, it's not like he's in any real danger if he's smelling bananas of all things.
Well, if you say so.